Hello, my name is Joseph Adjure Boama, and I've had the pleasure of working on the district's technology plan, which the Board of Education adopted in June. I'm here today, along with some of the other members of the Technology Committee, to tell you why we think technology is so critical to our students' success, and to ask your help in making this plan a reality.
Technology is very important. I think we talked about this in the vision in our technology action plan. Information technology and communication technology are a way that people entertain themselves today. They're a way that people use different tools to communicate. They're a way that people actually carry out their lives. There's lots that we do in a personal basis and lots that we do mediated by technology. Phone technology, video technology, computer technology will be converging, and we will see new tools, new devices, and new sources of information. The internet is a perfect example. There are more people between the ages of 12 and 25 using the internet than there are all other age groups combined, which tells us there's a rich learning resource, because those are peak learning years. And education needs to adopt the tools that people use to learn, and education needs to look at opportunities, I think, to use them creatively.
Technology is a tool and not an end in itself. That theme runs through the entire plan. Technology must be used to support the core curriculum and to strengthen the instructional program. And we know that technology can give students tools to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills and have success in the world of resources.
Technology is going to play a major part in our society in the coming years, and our kids need to be prepared for this. It uses a lot of critical thinking and problem-solving skills with the kinds of software and the kinds of materials that are coming out to support technology these days. And our schools need to be current with this kind of thing. We're educating kids for a century that is long past, and they're not prepared for jobs when they go into the real world. So we need to prepare them. Okay, one of the programs that we're using here at Hawthorne is called a CECIL program. It stands for Computer-Supported Intentional Learning Environment. And we have 4 classrooms that have 8 computers each in them, and they are very much integrated into the curriculum. Students pose problems, they ask questions, they summarize materials that they're learning, and all of their writing goes into the computer and can be shared by each of the other 3 classrooms. And children read and comment on each other's information. They put notes in, they do graphics to support what they're doing. So a child might have a note written in, and another child reads it and doesn't understand it. And they'll write back and say, tell me more about this, or can you show me what this looks like in writing? And kids can respond to other children. They can also respond to misinformation. They can add information that they know, and in a sense, add to their own learning, so the teacher doesn't become the only source of learning in the classroom.
It's important to me because of the kids that we serve. I feel that the textbook of the future is going to look a lot like this, and the backpack of the future is going to look a lot like this, and the library of the future is going to look a lot like this. And if our students don't know how to use the technology, then they're going to be roadkill on the information highway.
Technology alone doesn't improve instruction. The district recognizes that teacher training and support is necessary before teachers and administrators will be able to use these new tools effectively, and the training must be ongoing.
I think probably everybody has been into schoolrooms where they see a couple of computers in a classroom never being used. If the teacher doesn't understand how to use the computers or doesn't understand the use that she or he may have for computers, they won't be used. And I think this is a part that's lacking in our program, is that we go and give the teachers a lot of equipment and we say, here, use this, and we don't spend a proper amount of time giving them the practice and getting them familiarized and giving them the programs that they need to integrate it with the curriculum that they're teaching. So unless you provide the teacher training, those computers are never going to be used in the classroom, and then it's wasted money.
Naturally, the teacher, if they are going to teach in today's society, has to be technology literate. And I think that the district would have to invest in their teachers as well as their students. New teaching skills would have to be thought out and prepared, and what worked for the yesteryear, like I said, the antiquated system would have to go out and new innovation brought in.
The plan also looks beyond the classroom. We know our students are facing a rapidly changing world of work. Colleges now expect students to be technology literate when they arrive, and there are a few jobs available for young people with no computer skills.
The most important thing is every student in high school needs to learn technology. There isn't a job out there that's a good job that doesn't have a technology component. More and more students that go to college are being asked to be technology literate when they get there, and also to even have a computer in the school. In our school, our effort has been to make technology available as a tool to all students in the school. And we've been able to, through our recycling effort, recycle over 300 computers for use in the school, and computers made available to students when they graduate from tech for use in college.
As the United States moves towards a more service industry, we've moved somewhat away from manufacturing. I think that all these skills are really going to be very, very necessary. Not only the computers, but multimedia and telecommunication. And a student doesn't have to be a rocket scientist in order to participate in the new future. I think that they will need basic skills, and that is knowing how to operate a computer. And that way you can enter into a job as on-the-job OJT, on-the-job training.
I think that being proficient with technology, and particularly knowing how to use PCs and word processors and spreadsheets, is about as important in the business world today as knowing how to read or write. There is virtually no knowledge worker within the Clorox company that doesn't do their job on a PC, and this goes from the very top levels of the company down to the clerical level and everybody in between. Furthermore, if you go out to our plants, you'll see that on the plant floor, right on the operating line, we now have PCs installed, and even the folks that are on the operating side of the business are using PCs to do their job. It's just becoming ubiquitous, and I can't imagine how someone can be considered educated and employable if they don't have those kinds of skills.
Obviously, our students and teachers need to have access to appropriate technology on a regular and equitable basis. We have accomplished a great deal over the last few years, getting over 4,500 computers in the classrooms, for example. We have done a lot on the shoestring, but we've got a long way to go. We know that we must work with the community and the business partners to find new resources and get technology in the hands of our students.
Last year, I went to a classroom in this school that was teaching keyboarding on broken typewriters. That wouldn't be tolerated in most school districts. We were able to replace those with used computers, but we're really running on a shoestring here. Also, our students, I don't think, always have access to computers at home, like students in many suburban school districts, so it becomes doubly important that all of our students have access at school, and that we work hard to even include the students in the implementation of this plan. The students are going to be our workers that are going to make this plan work if we're going to do it. They're going to have to repair the computers, they're going to have to be our technicians.
I think one of the real strengths of being educators and the opportunities that you have in Northern California to provide leadership around technology are that you have one of the most concentrated resources in the business and technology venture area in Silicon Valley and in the Bay Area in general, of any community area I know in the nation. This is an opportunity that as educators, your gold is buried in the community and business resources you have surrounding you. And I think tapping into those resources is something that will be vital to implementing your plan.
One of the most important features of the plan is networking, connecting our schools to the district, to each other, and to the world. The current benefits are already evident. We are streamlining the operations of the district. Now we are networking the schools and providing access to the internet. This network will dramatically change how we teach and how we do business.
One of the biggest challenges we had here at Clorox was establishing a network environment so that all the PCs and other computers in the company could talk to one another. Developing this infrastructure was time-consuming, relatively expensive, and a real challenge for everyone involved. However, now that it's in place, it has become the fundamental way that we do business. In fact, it would be very difficult for Clorox to operate if our people couldn't easily send messages by electronic mail, pass documents across the street or around the world electronically. The proposal that's in front of the school district for the network is very similar. I think the Oakland School District needs to have the ability to link PCs within schools and schools with other schools, and this is the way the world's moving. I think you guys need to get with it.
Basically, it will give them a chance to explore the world. Students in ESL, for instance, will be able to, through the internet, view newspapers, periodicals in their native language. They'll be able to visit a library in Mexico or Hong Kong and use the information that's there to do reports here. Many of our students may never have the opportunity to travel physically to a place, but through technology and the internet, they'll literally be able to travel anywhere in the world. Technology will help us administratively by saving us person hours, time that we now spend filling out forms, maybe 3 hours with a secretary, 3 hours with an administrator, transporting that downtown. That process will literally take seconds if we have technology piped into each classroom, into the administrative suite, where we can automatically fill out forms and take care of much of the tedious business, utilizing information on the SASE system and other things we have on the district database.
We cannot build the network or use technologies effectively unless the district is able to provide coordination and support. We are establishing a technology service center to help us purchase more effectively, maintain our equipment, build the networks, and provide the technical support that our schools need.
Here at Clorox, one of the primary jobs of the Information Services Department is to provide the technology infrastructure for the rest of the company to do whatever they want with that technology. In other words, we don't talk to our customers about how they use their PCs, but we make sure the PCs are there and working. They're interconnected with other PCs within the company, interconnected to customers and suppliers outside the organization, and all the things work. In order for us to do that, we have centralized the management and support of that infrastructure under one organization and effectively within one group within that organization, so that we have good management and control over the entire resource. The proposal that's in front of the school board is for the Technology Service Center is very analogous to what we're doing here at Clorox.
As a district, we are committed to this ambitious and far-reaching technology plan. We are now asking you to help us. Help us find expertise, people power, and technology to make this plan a reality.
I think as educators you have incredibly timely opportunity to provide educational leadership, to train people, to educate people in the tools of technologies and the creative application of technologies. And you can do that obviously by supporting the plan, funding the plan, and seeing that this technology strategy is something that's going to differentiate you as an educational provider. That is, you will be providing leadership to the entire education community by being a model of how to demonstrate and how to utilize planning in the technology area. You can do that from the board level, you can do that from the district level, and you can do that within the learning community.
I think the two most important things about the plan are it's the first time that we've had in one written form a plan that we can all adopt and follow. The need for plans are necessary in order for us to know where we're going, but also something to rally around as we go after money, as we go after grants. I feel like we need to do it now. We needed to do it last year. The sooner that we can get this adopted and we can get going, the better.